صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
اللهم صل على محمد وعليه.
سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليا ولي الله. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين عليا ولي الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على Now, this is a different opinion on this. Sistani says that you can take the counties. Versus the says you can take the counties. Now, other Maraji, for example, like Sheikh bigger towns, you have to start from your therapist to start from your house. So for them, basically 14 miles one way from your house, not from the boundaries. For some of them are other, they say no, it's the source from your house. But right now, says Islam, he says no. After Hamad has sent, says Islam, they'll start. They'll start from had the therapist for him would be when there is no bound, there is no when you stop seeing.
There's no separation between the.
Yeah, no. When you stop seeing houses, when you stop seeing binat or buildings and stuff, um, when you see a break in that, then that's when your the therapist will start. This becomes a problem here because buildings will go on for miles, buildings go on for cities, and because of that, whatever your city limit is, from your city limit, then it'll start.
We never take Nazabad and Turkey.
The whole Karachi area. That's because a lot of the people that are living there.
But I was about county.
Yeah, for him it's from the county. For him it's the county limit.
So you take, for example, whole Orange County as well.
Yeah, once you leave Orange County, and you get into the next county, you can
So from the border of Orange County, 14 miles.
Yes, from the border of Orange County, 14 miles up. Two ways, 28 miles. One way, 14 miles. The same thing over here. I don't know how big the city. I don't know how big it is, but
Yes, it is a very small state. Anyway, there's a city from there. It's a very small, like town. It's a tiny little city. Very small. Once in a few months, we will go to the and also I think the big amount of the
yeah, they'll take because they asked this question over there to Sistan because it's kind of the same over here. Where they have city, Najaf, and then they have Mantaka. Mantaka is bigger than city. Mantaka is full area, okay, which would be the equivalent of our county, where we have many different little cities within. Okay, so they have Mantaka, they have Najaf, they have Kufa, and Mantaka of Kufa. Okay, so even when you go to Kufa, you the mud isn't Gaza. Okay, but then again, like that 14 mile desert, it does start with when you start going to Karbala, there comes a point where it says that you're leaving. Yeah.
The Greater Toronto is a very big city area. They all do the organized, they all do the
in the area. Yeah, and now this the greater, like for example, we have the greater Los Angeles area too, but I don't. That becomes a problem because in the greater area, then you have a couple of counties that come in. Like for example, Orange County will be in the greater Los Angeles area. LA County is in the greater Los Angeles what do they use? They are large. What do they No, the thing is that they should tell that there's a different opinion on this matter. They should tell them that hey, there's a different opinion. Whatever your target tells you, they do that. They should tell you that. No.
Yesterday, I meant to call you after this.
They just came in. They shared with us the CRP one now. Yeah. He's feeling better. He's off oxygen now. So that Day one, they're still trying to
Used to be
still blowing up. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. One of the sisters showed up yesterday. I wasn't there. I forgot her name. From the mosque here. One of the teachers. I don't know. I wasn't there. So they're saying hopefully next sometime next week.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
وعلى محمد وعلى محمد.
الله
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه ومتقن خطابه: يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم. As we actually discussed in previous speeches about the purpose of fasting, we are going to, inshallah, talk a little bit more about this topic that, mainly we are preoccupied with fasting from food and drink. But yes, this is the part of fasting to restrain and prevent the entry of food into the mouth. But it is more important to be careful and prevent about what will exit from the mouth outside. This is the more important thing, that there is relationship between these two, that, preventing the food from coming into the mouth is actually the sign that we have also to prevent the idle word or vain speech to come out of the mouth. So that's why it is very important that we get the purpose and the message of fasting. I used to talk about the actually jurisprudential part of fasting in the first khutbah. Today, I would like just to talk a little bit about the kafara. You heard about the word of kafara, or expiation, or restitution of actually the, fasting you actually missed or lost. And, the kafara has also the connotation of punishment. It means that, you have to do something extra. For example, if you break your fast purposefully and without any excuse, then you have to not only make up that day after the months of Ramadan, you have to do something more, which is called kafara. Kafara in Arabic means to cover. And, Even the word of kafir or kufr, it means to cover. Cover what for the kufr? To cover the truth. When someone is covering the truth, is called kafir. And also, there is another connotation for kafir when someone is in a state of ingratitude. When someone is not appreciating the favor, also it is called kufr or kafir. It is called kufranun ni'mah. Kufranun ni'mah means that you are not appreciating the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By the way, the fasting also it was meant to help us to increase the state of appreciation for the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That we are actually saying no to actually the state of ingratitude or kufranun ni'mah. Because the fasting is representing no to evil. So this is actually the concept of fasting. You do what is right and you don't do what is wrong. And it is what the Quran says, in order to have iman in Allah, first you have to have kufr to taghut. من يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى. That you need to say no in order to say yes. If you say yes without previously saying no, your yes would not be actually acceptable. It is not representing the truth. It will, it will go through the hypocrisy or nifaq. You see, many people, they say yes. I remember one of the Americans, he was saying that, I don't like the word of inshallah. This Arab people or Muslim people, they say inshallah, I don't like it. So what? But when he say inshallah, he's not going to do it. When he says inshallah, it means that you are not sure that he's going to do it. So that's why, as I said, the kafara means actually to cover the actually, Assalamu rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, to cover and pay extra for not doing the fasting, during the months of Ramadan. It is not only the fasting during the months of Ramadan, also the qaza of the months of Ramadan. So as I said, the kafara for not fasting during the months of Ramadan for every day is a little bit big punishment. It is you have to feed, 60 poor people, or you have to fast for 60 days. And when you decide to fast as kafara, you cannot fast interval. You have to fast consecutively. It means that, but how you do consecutively, you have to fast for 2 months. You have to fast 1 month plus 1 day consecutively. And after that, you can't separate the days. But if you, for example, fast for 15 days, then for not excused reason, you don't fast, then you have to start from the beginning and fast this actually 31 days for the kafara. Okay? So, but also, we have another payment for not fasting. Some people, they call this payment kafara, but the better word is fidya. Fidya can be translated into the compensation. So when you pay the fidya means that if someone is sick and he or she is not capable to fast during the months of Ramadan, then actually he has to make it up after the months of Ramadan. So we have here two situations. In the first situation, the sickness would be continued till the next Ramadan. If this is the case, then the duty of making up of that day would actually not be anymore the case. It means that you don't have to do qaza anymore. The only thing you have to do is to pay fidya for every day you didn't fast in previous Ramadan. So 2 pounds of food, or exactly it would be 750 grams of food, should be paid for every day someone did not fast with actually the acceptable reason, and also he is not capable to actually make the qaza between 2 Ramazans. So this is what is called fidya. But sometimes, we have excuse for not fasting during the months of Ramadan. Then after Ramadan, we are healthy. There is no rush to make it the qaza, to make the qaza. You have plenty of time to do the qaza. But if you don't do the qaza, and now there is the next Ramadan, and you didn't do the qaza for that, the previous Ramadan, then after the second Ramadan, you have to do the qaza, and also you have to pay the fidya. The fidya, because you did not do your actually the qaza in the between the 2 Ramazans. So this is actually the second type of fidya. The third type of fidya is for the elderly people. As I said last time, the elderly people, the people who are reaching the age of 70 and older, the fasting would be optional for them. It means that either they can fast, or if they don't want fast because the fasting will exhaust them, then they can pay the fidya. Okay, they have to pay the fidya. But what about you remember that, as I said, breaking the fast without reason during the months of Ramadan, the kafara would be about 60 days of fasting. But what about you are doing the fasting, making up your fast after the months of Ramadan, as they call it, qaza of the months of Ramadan. You decide one day after the months of Ramadan, you do the fasting as qaza. Then after the noon, you break your fast without any reason. Then here also you have to pay kafara. So what is the kafara? The kafara is that you have to pay food for about 10 poor people, or you have to clothe them. If you cannot do this, then you have to fast for 3 days. It is like kafaratul yamin. You heard about kafaratul yamin? And sometimes you're swearing, swearing that you do something that you don't follow or fulfill your swearing or your oath. It means, for example, if you say, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I swear to God that all of my prayers, I'm going to offer it in masjid. You do nazar, or no, not nazar, the kafara of nazar is different from kafara of qasam or al-yamin. You do qasam. By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to do my namaz, all of my namaz, for example, in Imam Barga. So what it means that doing namaz in Imam Barga is not wajib. But when you do qasam, you make it wajib. That's the consequence of qasam or nazar. That something which is not wajib, you are making wajib on yourself. So if you break your qasam, then you have to also pay the kafara. And this is also mentioned in the Quran itself, that you have to actually do it'am, or feed 10 people, poor people, or clothe them. And if you cannot do this, then you have to actually fast for 3 days consecutively. So there is difference between 3 days of fasting as a kafara for qaza of Ramadan, months of Ramadan, and the 3 days of fasting for actually breaking the oath. Here, in the oath, you have to do it consecutively, but for the months of Ramadan's qaza, it could be separated. It is not required to do actually consecutively. And inshallah Rahman, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us, all of us, tawfiq, inshallah, to fast all of the days of the months of Ramadan. See that, that brothers and sisters, many people, they want to fast, but they cannot. And this is the blessing. When you can fast, you take this opportunity to fast in order to get the benefit of fasting. But at the same time, we have to know that the religion of Islam is so, practical. If you cannot fast, then you are not required to fast. Even if the fasting is harmful to your health, according to the Quran, you don't fast. And if the fasting is harmful, as I said, and you fast, then your fasting is not valid. It means that you have to do the qaza, plus your fasting is haram. You know how this would be changed? The fasting which is wajib, if you fast and it is harmful to you, it is haram. And that's why, as we say, some people, they try to be Muslim more than Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But this is the issue, that, as the hadith says, that you have to follow us. Don't go a step forward and don't be actually back. And so you have just to follow. That's the meaning of imamat. This is the meaning of wilayat. You are following what is actually is the truth. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help all of us to be, inshallah Rahman, the real Muslims, inshallah Rahman. This is the meaning of, Islam, to be, inshallah Rahman, the one who is always looking actually for the truth and acting upon the truth. ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. اللهم صل على أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه ومتقن خطابه واستعينوا بالصبر والصلاة وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين. الصلاة والسلام على أئمة المسلمين سيما أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب صلوات الله عليه، وصل وسلم على سيدتنا سيدة نساء العالمين فاطمة صلوات الله عليها، وصل وسلم على سبطي الهدى الحسن والحسين وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة القائم المنتظر. اللهم اجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه والمدافعين تحت لوائه. أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله ونظم أمركم. As I said in the first khutbah, we have to be very careful about the rulings of the fasting, but at the same time, we have to know that if we don't breathe in ourselves the spirit of fasting, then the fasting or the formal fasting will not benefit us, as the hadith from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said. If we are not actually avoiding the evil, if we are promoting the evil, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no need of our fasting from food and drink. So we have to know that the fasting means that we have to see to what extent we are capable to control our passions, our lower desires. This is very important, because the fasting will reveal our defects, our shortcomings. And this would be actually the time of training to be master of our desires. And then for 1 month, we are going through the training in order to have reflection of this training on actually the 11th month. That grace actually period would be for us to act and get the benefit of the fasting during the months of Ramadan. And that's why we should not be so preoccupied with the food and drink. We have to see what is the desire we are attached, and we can challenge this desire during the months of Ramadan. Especially for the young generation. The young generation, the desire is more stronger. And that's why, fighting the desire is more difficult for them. Are we capable to prevent the cast of eyes at the woman with the carnal thought? This is the important thing. This is the real fasting. That during the months of Ramadan, are we trained enough to control our eyes, to control our thought? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And that's why, the taqwa, you see that Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, which said, even for Prophet Yusuf, this was the challenge. How old he was when he actually went through the trial of actually this, encounter with the lady, with the wife of Potiphar in Egypt. What he said, "Inna nafsa la'ammaratun bisu." That even for Yusuf alayhi salam, this was a challenge. And but you see that what he said that when his brothers asked him, how you got this status that you are actually in Egypt, you have this great position. You know what was his answer? إنه من يتق ويصبر فإن الله لا يضيع أجر المحسنين. That two things, one taqwa and sabr, and they are related to each other, because you cannot have taqwa without sabr. That's why this verse of Quran, which I recited to you, many of the mufassirins, they say, when the Quran says, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Get help from sabr and from salat. They say sabr here means fasting, because you have to wait. Sabr means wait. So two things are important, two qualities are important in the fasting. The first is sabr, patience. What is the meaning of patience? Patience means that you are capable, you have a goal you want to achieve. But you know that this goal would not be achieved without waiting. This goal would not be achieved without efforts. Okay? So you are ready to wait and pay efforts in order to achieve your goal. That's why, also there is difference between what they said, active patience and passive patience. Active patience means that you are like a soldier. You are offering sacrifice. You are going through the hardship of the battle, but you have a goal. You are waiting for that goal to be achieved through your efforts. And but you have also passive patience. I'll say, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it right. And you are sitting at home and say, brother, you have to study if you want to get into the college. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do dua. And then inshallah rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond my dua. Say, brother, you are sick, you have to go to the hospital, to the doctor. So no, I don't need medicine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will inshallah give me shifa. No, there is a hadith that at the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Prophet Musa got sick, and doctors came to his house and said, Musa, if you want to get recovered, you have to take this medicines. He said, no. He said like this, I would be patient, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give me the shifa, inshallah rahman. But he didn't get the shifa. Then he received the wahy, or the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you don't get the medicine, don't think about shifa. Said, Ya Allah, my trust is in you. Said, yes, but also I put the shifa in this medicine. Who gave the the property of shifa to this medicine. This is me. And you are denying this. Some people, they are confused between sabr, tawakkul, and what is the right thing to do about, the tawakkul. As Brother Askari the other day, he asked me about this hadith, that someone came to the masjid of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet said, did you tie your camel? He said, no, I have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tawakkal ala Allah. Then Rasulullah said, i'qalha fatawakkal. First tie your actually camel, then have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you have to go through the law of cause and effect. And so that's the issue. Some people, they say, I'm patient. For there is, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Rabb Rzuqni. He is asking rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he doesn't want to work. He thinks that, they call it in Persian, there is zambil from the sky coming to his house. No. It would be like the person who is locked in the room and he has the key to open the lock. He said, Ya Allah, open the door for me. No. You have to actually, use your hand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you hand and the power to use it to open the door. And this is the shukr of ni'mat of the power to open the door. So, this is a very important thing that, we have to, inshallah rahman, increase our patience, especially, the patience is very, important thing. You remember that sometimes you are in the traffic light and you are in rush, you want to go somewhere, but this traffic light is so actually slow. I mean, 1 minute, more than 1 minute, 2 minutes, not working. Then you figure out it is broken. And then you see that some people, they start to actually bite their tongues or their lips and, say some words. And they show they are angry. Also, by the way, the anger also is related to the patience. You have more patience. You are less actually prone to act upon the anger. Also something is very important, that if we are capable to adjust our actually degree of anger, are we trained enough in the months of Ramadan to manage our anger or not? If we are not managing our anger, also we are not taking the benefit of fasting. This is another thing we have to know. But, the fasting, as I said, for the young generation is more difficult. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. It's not fasting from food and drink, as I said. What about fasting from technology? From the smartphone? They said that nowadays, the young generation, they have actually a problem. It's called the FOMO. Have you heard about the FOMO? Yeah. The fear of, missing out. Always you have anxiety to get what is in the social media. Every 5 minutes you are checking your phone, okay, to see what is there. And what is the message from my friend? I mean, this is automatically, when you are in salat, you say Allahu Akbar, you hear the ring of them, actually your phone, you are a little bit actually distracted. This is the issue, that are we ready to adjust this, inclination towards actually the social media during the months of Ramadan or not. This is very important thing. Sometimes, we are thinking that, okay, we are taking this as a superficial thing. Okay, not food, not drink. No, it means fasting is, as I said, equivalent to ikhlas. What is the meaning of ikhlas? Ikhlas means that you are not making any idols for yourself in this life. The only God for you is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only God is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when we are so attached to certain things in this world, then it means that we are making partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what the Quran says. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Your desire for something, your craving for something is equivalent to God. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. In another verse, Quran says, أَخْلَدَ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. You are inclined. He was inclined to the earth. He wanted the earth forever. Khulud. Khulud means actually eternity. Okay. He is acting, he is dealing with the earth as the earth is eternal. As this word is eternal. أخلد إلى الأرض is from the word of khulud, Khalid. أخلد إلى الأرض. So what is the consequence of أخلد إلى الأرض? Quran says, واتبع هواه. The sign that he is inclined to this khulud of dunya is that he is following the command of desire. And what is meant by the fasting? The fasting says to you, look, you're always fighting inside of yourself between the command of reason and the command of desire. And the fasting should help you that you always prevail the command of reason over the command of desire. This is the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to fast. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. The reason that we prescribe the fasting on you, perhaps you can get the taqwa which will help you that you always actually prefer the judgment of reason over the command of desire. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, during this month, we are, inshallah rahman, more capable to strengthen our sense of judgment, which is based on reason, inshallah rahman. We had 2 days ago the birth anniversary of Imam al-Hasan, salawatullahi alayhi. And there was a companion for Imam al-Hasan by the name of Junada. Junada, one time he was in the presence of Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, and Imam alayhi salam made this statement. And this statement is very important because Imam alayhi salam tackled the issue of attachment to this dunya. And this is what he said. I'm going to translate according to my capability. Imam said alayhi salam, Junada, استعد لسفرك. You have to be prepared for your journey to Akhirat. استعد. This استعداد itself will actually help us to adjust our attachment to this dunya, to be prepared. استعد لسفرك وحصل زادك قبل حلول أجلك. You know, if you want to go to the Akhirat, you have to have provision. You have to have the deeds which will keep you to stand in the world to come. So you have to accumulate the provision before the death comes to you. قبل حلول أجلك واعلم أنك تطلب الدنيا والموت يطلبك. You are in talab of dunya and death is in talab of you. You are seeking dunya and the death is seeking you. There is a hadith, I don't know if this is authentic hadith or not, that in every day 5 times Malakul Maut looks at people. Every day 5 times. You know, I don't know why 5 times. Maybe it's close to the prayer time. I mean, 5 prayer times you have, that's the reason. But, you know, this frequency means that, you know, the life is not certain. You know, at any time, you see, this would, you know, can come. You are healthy and suddenly you're in hospital. You have to go for actually the treatment. And this is what Imam Hassan said. أنك تطلب واعلم أنك تطلب الدنيا والموت يطلبك ولا تحمل هم يومك الذي لم يأت على يومك الذي أنت فيه. And don't be so preoccupied. Oh, what will happen? You know, the next day, the next month. I have to accumulate money for the retirement. What I have to do, and you know, yes, to some extent it's okay, but sometimes, you know, this is what they say. It says some people, they are endangering their health by working so hard to be actually having comfortable life in future. Then when the future comes, they have to actually spend all of this money to recover the health. You know, this is the reality. You know? And this is what Imam al-Hassan salawatullah alayhi says, that وَلَا تَحْمِلْ هَمَّ يَوْمِكَ الَّذِي لَمْ يَأْتِ عَلَى يَوْمِكَ الَّذِي أَنْتَ فِيهِ وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّكَ لَا تَكْسِبْ مِنَ الْمَالِ شَيْئًا فَوْقَ قُوتِكَ إِلَّا كُنْتَ فِيهِ خَازِنًا لِغَيْرِكَ. You see that you are accumulating wealth? You know that? This money you are accumulating, the only portion which would be for you is the portion you are spending. The portion you are saving, you are like the bank teller. You are just keeping the money for other people because you don't know when you are going to die. Even if you have millions of dollars, it means that this will go to other people. That's right. It means that you are like the bank teller. You're just keeping the money for other people. This is not your money. The money which is yours is the money you are capable to spend. So that's why if you don't spend it rightly, you don't pay sadaqat, then you see that one of the people, actually, they made lots of money. He was not paying sadaqah. And after his demise, his children were going to casinos and spending the money right and left. And, you know, this is what the hadith said. You kept this money for these people to spend it on this, on the games. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to get the message of fasting, inshallah rahman, during the months of Ramadan. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad kama sallaita ala Sayyidina Ibrahim وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن علي أمير المؤمنين ولي الله أمير المؤمنين حجة الله. السلام حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير النمل حي على خير النمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين. وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون. فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون. وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما. قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين. الله أكبر. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الحمد لله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وادخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
اللهم صل على محمد.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا علي يا عظيم يا غفور يا رحيم، أنت الرب العظيم الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. وهذا شهر عظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور، وهو الشهر الذي فرضت صيامه عليه، وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان، وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من 1000 شهر. فيا ذا المن ولا يمن علي، من علي بفكاك رقبتي من النار، في من تمن علي، وادخلني الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن علي أمير المؤمنين ولي الله. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين حجة الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح، حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. ولله وقوته يقول وأقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته يقوم وأقعد الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر
اللهم صل على إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل وسلم
صلواتك عليه especially brother Ghulam Raza. He was the brother of brother Ali Shatibai. Ruqayya Khatun bint Fazlezad. She was mother of brother Farooq and brother Navid Hassan and all those Mu'minat, and especially our Friday prayer members, brother Jafar Zadi, brother Raza Haidar, brother Sujat Ali, brother Ali Muhammad, and all those Mu'minat who are not with us. Please recite the surah. Please recite 5 Sanam for those who are sick, especially brother Sayyid Sifte Raza, Muhammad Raza, brother Asif Shafi, and son of brother Zia, Ali is not. He is very sick. Please recite 5 Sanam for the Maulana.
ما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض الله بديلا من يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض فإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض فإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض فإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون
أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون. صلوا على الله.
السلام عليك محمد المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليك يا المصطفى عليه السلام. السلام عليك فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليك خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين. السلام عليك المصطفى عليه السلام. السلام عليك حسين شهيد كربلاء عليه السلام. السلام عليك تسعة معصومين من ذرية حسين عليه السلام. خصوصا عليك أبو الفضل الأبطال ابن أمير المؤمنين أختك زينب بنت كسكين جملة شهيدان كربلاء وسكان كربلاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم غريبا وغرباء. السلام عليكم أهل الصفوة والفقراء. السلام عليكم شمس الشموس. السلام عليكم يا أنيس النفوس. السلام عليكم أيها المسكون بعبدة السلطان ورحمة عليكم موت رضا كل شيء بنسبة والدين يا من جل. السلام عليكم أختك فاطمة معصومة ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم صاحب مصر والجماعة. السلام عليكم خليفة الرحمة. السلام عليكم رسول الإيمان. السلام عليكم عمين شوفيان. السلام عليكم شريك مقرن. السلام عليكم من زمننا وعز جل الله تعالى فرج وجعل الله تعالى مخرج ذرة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. يا سلام. أهلا وسهلا ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Request everyone to join Namaz and Iftar every 9 days until the end of the Ramadan. Rana Tariya Musafi from California is here to perform all the ibadat for Ramadan. Please join every day Namaz and Iftar for every night until the end of the Ramadan. Rana Tariya Musafi is here from California. Please join us. Thank you.